That's right, Tubes. What you have here is a couple-year-old SX82. Mine's about 2015. Right there, you should put grease. Didn't happen here, so dust got past. Look at that. Mine's got that black handle. The newer models don't have it. They look identical, but yeah, mine's got that black piece. So Edisons have been looking for ways to cut costs, eliminate processes, use cheaper materials, and I believe they're starting to cut corners too far. A longer Allen key would have been good. Can't remember what size it was. You can't tell me this thing didn't have enough oil. $25 to $1 he ran, same as me. As you can see, we've had dramas with these purge lines. Not me, but he has. That purge line has been the source of quite a few problems. They just kind of deteriorate. A few lines and that don't, but they use the same line for the purge, but that, well, purge, pulse, whatever you people want to call it. Let's get her off. Yeah, not good. We took the dividers out of the cylinder, out of the ports, and left it rough to help with atomizing the fuel-air mixture. This really woke the saw up. But yeah, it went really well. Apparently it's made Italy, eh? Eh? Italy. Who would have thought? Yeah, you can feel the grooves. They're pretty substantial. The rings also show those lines. Now we've got some particulate matter in here. What's this little piece? Eh? What's this? Not this. Further down next to the crack there. That's it. If ever you see something like that, take it out and don't lose it. Whenever tearing an engine down, even the smallest pieces can help solve the mystery as to what happened. These rings exhibit the same scoring that the piston has on the skirt entire face, but this is normal. What I feel in the bottom end here, big end bearing is fine. There is no actual play. There's only the end float, which is normal. These are cheap and nasty circlips. These, well, those are, I think they call them G clips. You got C clips as well. They're not actual circlips. They're either a C clip or a G clip. Now, a good clip will actually it'll feel a lot stiffer. These are very light. These are very light clips, and I'm not a big fan. In my drawer, I've actually purchased from Highway a heap of those C clips. They're much more stiffer, much stealthier, less likely to come undone. You know, I don't think stealthy is the word for that. Beefier, I should say, not stealthier. Just had to pull myself up there. Bit of useless information. Not sure about the ID, but the OD of these wrist pins are the same between the. Well, I took a wrist pin from one of my spares I've got from the 660 MS660 clone, and it's narrower than the Husqvarna, but it's perfectly the same, just narrower. In a bad situation you could run it, but I wouldn't recommend it. That doesn't look good, does it? Why did this happen? Cheap materials. What's this? Look. Here's another one of those things, like what I found inside the crankcase. There it is. Again, don't lose it. It's a piece of the puzzle, and it'll make sense when you piece together this engine's final moments. These rings are pinned into place. I can see it here now. No, it's not a piece of the piston. At this point, I'm not too sure as to where this actually come from. Some of you may have already worked it out, but at this point, I wasn't quite there. Those rings sit lower than the piston's actual wearing face there, the actual surface of the piston. Had that not been the case, I reckon the engine may have continued going, and my mate would have finished the cut that he was busy making when the engine stopped. This is quite substantial. I would have probably been told that the saw is starting to lose a bit of gumption. I would have looked inside and said, look, it's no longer this world. And all this would have been discovered at a later date. This roller bearing feels very chintzy. Just crap. Even had it not come apart the way it had. Like, it's just... It's crap. Look at it. I would have held that up and said, don't use this bearing. Order a different one. Order a new bearing. Oh, look out. Look at that. That's where it come from. In there. Now, hang on, let's go back to that piston. Let's take another look at that groove. I reckon this engine stopped because one of these pieces, as it came away, there, look at that. There. This piece, while the engine was running, it broke away from the wrist pin bearing, travelled up through there, and that killed it. That's what stopped the engine. If you do have circlips with ears, always make sure to put the ears either pointing straight up or straight down. Don't have them horizontal. The up and down motion can actually make them come undone, and it will come out of the piston. See, it can't happen like that. So a highway 52mm big bore kit with the pop-up piston has been ordered. The bottom end is perfectly fine and is able to be reused. Because the engine failed the way it did, it actually saved itself.